Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
You see it. It's Wednesday, man.
Hump day! Hey, yo, hold up. Wait, Boogie, before we start. It's not just any regular episode. We do an episode every week, right?
To my knowledge.
What week episode is this?
It's a birthday.
No, nigga, you supposed to say 52. Damn! All right, but anyways, yeah, nigga! Sound the horns again. It's our birthday. We turn one.
Wait, there's horns? I didn't hear any horns.
You didn't hear any horns?
No horns, man.
You can't hear. Damn, y'all can't hear the horns.
No horns.
No horns.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost our sound effects.
Well,
no, you didn't lose your sound effects.
Well, look here, everybody. This is our 1 year anniversary. We have been in this space for one whole year. So happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us.
Hey, we got our sound effects.
There we go.
Hey, I told you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my glasses because they're somewhere at Concrete Cowboy. And I need my jacket back, young lady. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got sound effects back.
This is another Wednesday. You know what that means. This is Sports Sushi. I am your moderator for this evening, DJ.
It's not another Wednesday. It's our birthday.
And, as usual, we are live on, all spaces, form spaces. That's Twitter, Instagram.
No more Instagram.
No more Instagram. All right.
The yellow duck got shot down. Okay,
they shot down our yellow duck, so no more Instagram. But we're still on YouTube and all those other ones. So if you are watching or, tuned in, please hit like and subscribe to all those platforms. Get us to 1,000. God damn it. That's what you got.
Let's go. We turned one. We trying to get to 1,000. Let's go. Bro.
Hey, man, that's what we want for our birthday, man. Get us to 1,000 subscribers. How about that?
Yes, get us to 1,000. We're gonna get to 1,000. All it takes is
that's our birthday wish. Hey.
Yeah, whatever. But, let's get it.
Per usual, what I'm saying, Sterling will be with us momentarily, but we got our the CEO of Gratwick Enterprises and our show producer Chris sitting in with us. I don't know why he got his camera turned off.
No camera today, boys. Not dressed appropriately for it.
Okay,
my birthday suit.
Chris out here in his underwear, Chris in his boxes.
He's I'm in the birthday mood for the show.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. I got the bottom looking like Homer with the bottle on me. Underwear. It's cool, Chris. Though we talking sports. We don't need to see that anyway. It's not for the children.
All right,
this is not a children's broadcast.
All right, so yeah, definitely not gonna be a children's broadcast.
Oh no, I mark that shit every time we upload these motherfuckers. I let them know Flex Bomb for the mature content.
It's not a kid, man. But no, what we got for this day in sports, bros? What we got, brother?
No shit, we gonna jump right to it. All right, we'll hold up one time for the birthday. Oh, that's delicious Irish whiskey. All right, so today and this day in sports, we had in 1958 was the 20th NCAA men's basketball championship. Kentucky beat Seattle 84-72. Reason why we post this up, one, because it's the NCAA tournament, and Seattle's future Hall of Fame star, small forward Elgin Baylor was named the most valuable player of the tournament. Now they have MOP. I don't really. What the fuck? It's 1958. I'm not doing MOP.
Player? Is that what it is?
I don't give a damn. It's 1958. They did not know what they were doing. He was the MVP. Shout out to Elgin Baylor. Rest in peace. And you know what I'm saying? There you go. That's the shit for the day. It's March Madness, baby.
What school? Seattle, by the way. Do they still exist?
Man, I knew that was gonna come up, and I was like, you know what? Do I need to look it up now or should I wait? And so I waited. I don't know if it's Seattle U of Seattle. Have y'all ever heard of the Seattle?
Have they ever been back to the NCAA tournament since?
Obviously not. Chris. Nobody knows of these niggas. Okay, there is a Seattle University.
I'm about to say maybe they went through a name change over the years. Maybe
it's in Seattle, Washington, of course.
Yeah.
What's their mascot?
Yeah, what is their mascot?
Seattle Raindrops.
Bro, they don't even have. Let me see.
That's a pretty badass mascot.
They just have like Seattle U on there. This don't even look like a place where they play sports. I don't even know if these niggas play sports anymore.
They probably
looks like a place where you go to get a technical degree. You're gonna make a lot of money.
On the program.
Yeah, this is where innovation meets humanity. That looks nothing like basketball and football and baseball and soccer.
Type in athletics after it and see what comes up. Seattle U athletics. Let's see what comes up.
We're pivoting towards the nerds.
I mean, I fuck with that, but I don't know.
Chris, you never fill out a stadium. What? I forgot what it was.
For the program. When's the last time 80,000 people showed up to your science experiment?
Okay, wait. They have. Looks like they're the Red Hawks. They're the Red Hawks. Basically, think of what's that place in San Antonio? Incarnate Word. That bird.
The Cardinals? No, bro.
Birds of Word.
Red Hawks.
But they look. They. I'm just telling you what it looked like.
Oh, it looked like a cardinal.
It looked like a cardinal, but they are called the Red Hawks. I ain't make the jerseys they did. It's some, they got some pinstripes. All I see is baseball though. I don't. Oh, there's some hoops. There's some hoops. Yeah. There's some niggas look smart though.
Like Harvard smart?
No, it's a hoop team. I don't think they any good. They got an Instagram. Oh, so they had a game there in Seattle at their gym where they play basketball, but I know nothing. This school, it exists. It definitely exists still. But that's where Elgin Baylor went, but they're a long way away from that.
Sounds like a whites only school now.
Nah, it's two black guys on the back. Well, it's the basketball team.
Yeah, how many you said if you could
so I mean there's at least 12 niggas in this motherfucker. No, but yeah, it doesn't look like they got a softball team. They look like a regular. I guess it's a D1 school because they got the March Madness stuff there. But they don't look like they're doing anything to promote sports right now. It doesn't look like that's what they are.
Yeah, that's not what they primary.
That's Seattle U.
All right, well, give it up to Seattle U, man. We just learned something today, man.
Just give it up, Seattle U.
We just found out you existed today, man. So shit, hey, happy birthday,
or one shining moment 70 years ago.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Seattle U and the Red Hawks. All right, clap it up for those guys. All right.
They can get one flex bomb.
Drop a flex bomb for us.
One. They get one because Elgin Baylor went there, but that's it.
All right. Willis Reed passed away, NBA great. So condolences.
Yeah, I saw that. T's and P's, you know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. He was at the walking out early. Mm-hmm. Chris, you know about that?
Man down.
What?
What?
That's all I know about it is he's down.
No, shit. I was talking about the event. Sterling, thank God.
I'm here now.
Thank God, because Chris just kind of shit on Elgin Baylor Chris exited. This motherfucker said, man down. Not about Elgin Baylor, about Willis Reed.
He's banging on the dead? He's banging on the dead.
He is dead. You know what? Sterling, I have talked enough. I'm going to go ahead and let you say hello to the people, and I'm going to gracefully not get canceled by saying banging with the dead or man down, because y'all know I got a lot of jokes that go with that. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. And Sterling, what's cracking?
Hey, well, first of all, it's Sports Sushi's 1 year anniversary. All right.
Thank you. This nigga, hey, you my nigga. I came on with the cup, the bottle, everything. You know what I'm saying? What to do. Hey, hold up. Let me get one time for Sterling realizing that. Hey.
Yeah. Sports Sushi game for life. But hey, along.
We don't have a gang sign yet, but it's coming.
It's like it's icing on the cake. So I'm here tonight, right? But tomorrow I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Cali because I turn 40 next Monday. So it's like my birthday is gonna start tomorrow and then it's gonna end on Tuesday.
Okay.
No, man. Hey, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Where in Cali are you going to be?
Same place. You already know what it is.
All right. How long are you in town for?
So I leave on Tuesday. So, if you want to come through, Monday would be great. I'm going to get a tattoo Friday and Saturday, so I'm going deep.
No man, going up.
I'm going hard.
Damn.
Going
hey,
hard.
If anybody agrees with you, I agree. There's a reason why I don't have my glasses today. I agree with you. Again,
hard in the paint, man.
Concrete Cowboy. If you have a young man's clear glasses, then please, it's me. Find me, and I'll find you. And if you have my jacket, I know you bad, but can I get that bitch back, please? I had a time Saturday. Let's just say a friend of mine came into town and shit. We had a hangover moment.
I saw your cryptic tweets, man. I was worried about you. Like my boy Russ is out here living. He's out here in these streets being dirty.
Bro, I was tweeting on Saturday.
You didn't see that?
Go.
Oh, hey! I should not have been tweeting on Saturday. Someone just took my motherfucking phone. Shit, someone did actually take my phone. There was a video in that bitch.
So you had a time, huh?
I had a time. And according to my homie, because I didn't remember any of it, according to my homie, I had a motherfucking time. And I've been working out. So, hey, and I let people know it for some odd reason. And I should have got hypothermia.
Damn.
Bitch, if you got my jacket, young lady, if you got my jacket, I'm gonna find you and my jacket. And it's not, I lost the jacket. Can I tell you?
Get this straight. So you actually let a chick take your jacket?
Man, according to this, I gave that bitch up.
You were too drunk, bro.
Yeah. Bro, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drunk. 7.
Yeah, you were on some shit.
Oh yeah. Jameson met Petroni, and they danced all night long. Yeah.
Look, if a chick takes my jacket
and glasses,
I'm gonna need some stuff in return. That's a fair exchange.
You know what? I agree, but I was so drunk that my jacket, but I'm gonna find it though.
But anyway, not to disrupt everything. Boogie, what's good, man? Like, how you doing, dog?
Ain't shit, man. I'm over here just in a good space of
It's in a space.
in a good space here. So so we're gonna go ahead and trek along, man. We're gonna gloss through our UFC segment real quick. I'll make this very brief, very very brief. Unless Ghost, our regular wants to chime in, but no, usually, man, UFC 286 happened where Leon Edwards defended his title against Kamaru Usman, and he won via decision. Definitely a decision I did not expect to go, but it happened, and hey, you got to take your hats off to Leon Edwards. So give his shout outs and his flowers to him, but that's not the story that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Here.
I had a question I was going to ask as just a person that knows the name. Is that the end of Usman, or is this did he look like that's the end, or?
Nah, I mean, it looked like Leon really came prepared, and he came really prepared. He stuffed a lot of takedowns that Usman was what you kind of expect him to go. What he's really known for, and he just kind of stuffed a lot of those things. He made effect of his the low kicks. He trying to set up look for the high kick, keep Usman on his toes, and kind of hey, remember that knockout in the back of your head. Always kind of keeping him aware. But Leon was prepared. It looked like he was just very prepared for the fight. But after the fight, there was, people that was there in London and shit like that. But Dana White came up there and was like, hey, usually at post-fight interviews kind of go like this, what's next for the champ? What's the fight to make? Dana White would usually tell him, or the person who's interviewing, oh, we're going to fight this guy. So usually the fights would kind of make sense, but, this one, he basically said that Colby Covington was going to be the next in line to face Leon Edwards for his title, and I was kind of like, why? Really why? Colby Covington is 2-2. There we go. Ghost basically says that Usman could be a gatekeeper and a high-level gatekeeper. Yes, that's true, but I don't think that Usman would settle for that. I think he would most likely step away and do something else. But no, with the Colby Covington thing, what Dana White was saying, he deserves it. I mean, he already had 2 cracks at the title. He lost. He beat a arguably over the hill Jorge Masvidal. And it's just
arguably.
yeah,
Who
arguably,
agreeably. Agreeably.
and Leon Edwards probably had the best response. He said that I should be able to decide. You kind of rewarding a guy that hasn't fought in over 2 years, or whatever the time frame was. It's been quite some time, and he said the Dana White privilege is real, and that's the thing. With Dana White always gives certain guys certain title shots where they kind of don't really deserve it. In Kobe's case, he doesn't. So I do agree with Leon. He says that he should be able to decide who deserves it, like a person like Bilal Muhammad. I had a couple other fighters that I'm forgetting right now, but there's a couple other guys that are on there that deserve the title shots over Kobe. Only thing you would probably want to watch is see Kobe get his fucking head kicked in. That's probably the only thing that you would want to see. But there's really no other.
When you said that, I was like, yeah, Kobe not no like bum, but
yeah, but you just want
that's the matchup.
Yeah,
Nah.
I don't think
this is coming from a person that just likes to watch people beat each other up. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
So
like, I just.
But yes, so all in all, I got to side with Leon on this one, and I think that he should pick who deserves the title shot. I gotta disagree, Ghost man. He says he think Kobe would be a tough matchup. Look, Kobe man.
Ghost, you need a nigga to disagree. I'll be the nigga. You're wrong.
I gotta disagree because look, man. If we seen how Leon looked right now, how he just did Usman, and when Usman and Kobe fought, it wasn't as I'm gonna be real with you, it wasn't as close as a lot of people are making it, and making it seem that it was. It wasn't that damn close. I got to go ahead and I got to give the edge to Leon. Leon been out there, man. He's still been out there, fighting. I think he has one of the longest active streaks now. And I think that we got to give him his due, man. Kobe got his crack at the title twice, and it didn't happen, man. And as you get older, you don't really get better, except for Glover Teixeira, But as we can see at 40 something, he also called it quits. Father time comes for us all. So, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents and my take here. But let's go ahead, man. We got some other shit to get into here. We do have our draft spotlight that we have that we've been doing up until draft. I think we have one more position next week. The safeties, right?
That is correct. So we will be talking interior offensive line. Now, I don't know why it took us so long to get to this position group. Not to undermine it by any means. I mean, there's some good players in this draft, but shall we get into this thing and do it or what?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me. Can y'all see me?
Hell no.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I said. Right. Give me 1 second.
I'll back
so you can get this.
So yeah, we've been doing our draft spotlight and leading up into the draft. And once we conclude this next week, we will do our Sports Sushi mock draft. So please, if you want to participate, if you ever want to live out your GM dreams and draft for a mock draft team, reach out to us. Usually our guys that are our regular listeners, man, you are more than welcome to come along and participate. But we'll be doing our own Sports Sushi mock draft. So please tune in. That will be a show. I think that's going to be our. That's going to take up our whole time slot for that show. So be on the lookout for that coming up in the future. Are you with us, Russ?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, my bad. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just had a technical difficulty. Do not know what happened. Computer just went black and y'all couldn't see me. But I am back in full effect.
All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna give it up to our guys here for the offensive lineman draft spotlight.
Baby. Okay, so of course we're gonna draft spotlight now. Today, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Sterling, I don't want to be disrespectful to linemen. Let me say this before I talk about the GPA.
Okay.
I'll just be honest. I didn't feel it was worthy to do a GPA on these guys because they're linemen and what they do shows out on tape. And I don't believe that any type of stat should dictate what you get out of a lineman because you can watch it. You can see if he can manhandle people. You can see if he can not manhandle people. You see how his feet move. So honestly, I did not even do a GPA for these guys because I believe that when you pick a lineman, you should watch what the fuck he's doing. His stats don't really matter. What the fuck, pancakes and all that stuff don't tell what he's doing rep after rep. Now, on top of that, I would like to say to those that may think that I'm saying, oh, fuck linemen. No, I believe that offensive line is the most important position on your football team because I believe if you have an offensive line, you can make so many other adjustments to your team. You can add so many other players that might not be A pluses. You can take a team full of, B plus players and make them look A plus with an A plus line. So we will go over these guys though. We will go over all of them. I'm gonna let you, Sterling, go through some of the things that you like. There are some things that I like about them, but I just wanted to set it out there that I didn't have too much of a GPA need because honestly, we don't. Do you care about if I tell you he had 7 pancakes?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think when you evaluate offensive line play, you're looking at how technically sound these guys are, right? I mean, there's so many good traits that you want to look at, being grounded as offensive lineman, being able to not just being a road grader, but having situation awareness. Are you a center? Can you make, all the line adjustments and so forth? So I really do think though that
I'm glad you said, "Are you a center?" Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm glad because there's one. I know there's a couple guys you're talking about, but I'm glad you said that because some of these guys, they are not going to play what they played in college at the next level.
Yeah. So I think one of the themes, when you evaluate offensive line talent, I think you're evaluating whether or not a guy how versatile is he, right? There's some guys in this class that are tackles in college, but their best position might be interior offensive line, like we're going to discuss today. So we kind of talked about the tackles earlier in the draft process or in the pre-draft process. So tonight, let's go ahead and jump into these prospects here, and the number one person. Now we're going to go 5-1. 5-1.
I was gonna say, so Steve, right?
Yeah. Steve
Avila. Before you go in and let everybody know, because Sterling got the information on the guys. I just watched a little bit of film, couple, 3-4 hours worth, whatever. I just know that he looked like he was so strong that he was comfortable in his slow feet. Like, when someone feels this is his feeling is, and this is against Georgia, Michigan. I saw some Texas Tech tape too. He moved slow, but if he got his hands on you, he didn't even punch. That let me know that he felt he was so strong that he could just felt like if I could just get my hands on you, which may be holding at the next level, but if I could just get my hands on you, I can keep you from moving. He did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things about Steve Avila that really impressed me while watching this film is that, he has an angry temperament. Like, I was just on another pod and I was mentioning offensive lineman. It's like when you're drafting offensive lineman, like I want like a mean dude. Like I want a guy that don't have any teeth. Like, dude, I'm getting it out the mud. Like, hey, just hard on times. I want there's no such thing as a pretty offensive lineman that I want for my squad if I'm a GM. So if you got at least missing one tooth or you got some sort of like facial ailment. Right. That's what I'm looking for. So, Steve Avila might be a little too pretty. However, but when you turn on the film and you watch him play, man, it's like this dude is really he is looking to like destroy defensive linemen. I think he has strong hands. And I think he does a really good job of using his mass as an offensive lineman to lean on defensive lineman players. And I think he makes it difficult for those guys to shed him. You know what I'm saying? So once he gets engaged, he pretty much he does a really good job of staying grounded. And pass protection, when he's facing power rushes, he does a really good job of anchoring and stopping the defenders from penetrating to the backfield. He's a guy with a lot of strength. So if you're going to buy into a guy like Steve Avila, first of all, he's going to be a guy that you're looking to. I think he's going to go 3rd, 4th round. I don't see him going anywhere past that. And then, you know, he has natural play strength. I mean, this is a guy that's been a starter for at least 3 seasons for TCU. So he's going to come in with experience. And again, you know, I feel like even though he's not the most athletic guard, he's a guy that can get to the second level and make plays in the run game. So you know, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't think he's that athletic either, which I guess is a downer, but he's so fucking like strong and massive that like you just need him. Once he gets in the way, you're not doing anything with him. Like you're not doing it. You're not. He's literally a wall. It's just a matter of, at the next level, is he going to be able to be that wall with some freakish athletes coming at him like at all times?
Right. Yeah, so I think some reasons to be like, okay, like, you know, the reason why he's not, you know, maybe considered in the first, second round, you know, again, we mentioned the athleticism. He's not he doesn't have that great lateral agility. Even though he has a lot of experience, but I feel like he needs to be in a system where, you know, it's really not too difficult for him to pick up schemes, or if you're going to use him as a developmental guy, you know, that's probably why his draft stock right now is 3rd, 4th round. But I still think, you know, every prospect is going to have, you know, their issues, right? And it's really easy to get into this period of the season and just start nitpicking players. But I think he's a really solid prospect. He's 6'1.5". He's going to be around 335 pounds. So he's a big guy. So I really do like him. Now I got to watch him when they played Michigan, and he was destroying that defensive line with guys on there like Mozzie Smith. So I think he had like 28, 29 reps on the bench press at the combine. So he's a strong dude, man. I think he's a good 3rd, 4th round value.
I believe even one rep you could see, I think it was against Georgia, where he basically stonewalled the guy. He tried to jump. And like when you see these two big humans, he just lifted the guy up and was like, now you sit back down. And it was just kind of like, yeah, he's strong as hell, but his feet do move a little slow. Ready for the vote?
Yeah, dude.
Number 4 is Cody Mausch. Now, this is the jokes about the no teeth, no problem. Big number 70 in that green and yellow from North Dakota State. North Dakota, right? Yeah, North Dakota. Okay. I always get them and the Jackrabbits mixed up. But yeah, he was North Dakota State. Now I said he did play, I believe, in college. He played some left tackle, but he's going to move inside to probably guard and center. He's a dog down there, though. But I just think that it's going to depend on the line that he gets adopted to and, you know, the team scheme. But I liked him, though.
Yeah, Cody Mausch. Now, keep in mind, this dude is like, he's a 6-year senior, bro. So he's this dude's been playing, you know, offensive line for a long time when it comes to college football. But he, you know, like we talked about with Steve Avila, Cody Mausch is a little different because he offers really good athleticism. You know, like if you're going to play interior offensive line, you need to be able to get to the second level and cross the face of linebackers, get on blocks and stuff like that. So he does a really good job of that. You know, I feel like, you know, in terms of pulls and moving screens, I think he's adequate there. I think he's an easy mover. You know, this dude is 6'5", 300 pounds, so he's a little bit lean in terms of interior offensive line, but he's a savvy player with tons of experience. And I think, you know, if you're a team like the 49ers or a team like the Dolphins or even the Broncos that run these zone kind of schemes, I think he's best served there. You know, he's not going to be your guy for the pin and pull because he doesn't necessarily win with power. You know, he wins with length and lean and, you know, just kind of moving guys, you know, being in the right spot and anchoring down.
He is knowing where to be.
Right. So he's not necessarily a mauler, but he does have that technical refinement that you would need in an offensive lineman. Like this guy played tackle, so you know that he's comfortable at being on an island, right?
Yeah. His arms are short.
He's got exactly. And that's what I was going to get to.
T-Rex arms for a lineman.
Yeah, he's got like 32 and 3/8 in arms. You know, so. And that's why he's got to play guard. He has a foot movement, the foot speed, I think, to be able to play tackle. But with those short arms, he would get eaten alive by NFL defensive ends.
Got anything else on Cody?
That's it.
All right. Well, let's go to the next one. I got is Joe Tipman. Joe Tipman. He's an O lineman out of Wisconsin. Now, to me personally, before I let Sterling go in, I'll just tell you like this: if he's from Wisconsin and he plays O-line, he knows what he's doing. Right. That's rule number one. Rule number two, thing number two, I guess you could say, is I call him the O-line bot. Now, when I looked at him, I couldn't really see anything that made me go like, he just did everything really well, very consistently. Like, he's not going to make too many mistakes in my eyes. I think that he's probably the safest choice out of all these guys in this ranking that we have. But yeah, the O-line bot, Joe Tipman. What you got for him?
Yeah, so Joe Tipman, now this guy, between him and Osiris Torrence, I feel like Osiris Torrence has a higher ceiling, but when you talk about refinement from an offensive lineman, like this dude is like, he's refined. So, I think he's like one of the first guys that you look at, and he has like really good athleticism, but he has incredible power too. So he matches those together. When he puts his hands on you, you got fierce, strong hands. That's one of the things, like in the scouting community, when you're watching film with these offensive linemen, how strong are his hands? Like, can he get on you, and can he use
they call them
to get you out of the way?
Grips.
Yeah.
He vice grips. Yeah, vice grips.
He definitely has that. I think he's best utilized in the zone scheme. I think his feet remain active. Like, so when he's engaged with the defensive lineman, like his feet are still churning. So he's trying to move you out of the way. And this is a guy that went to the University of Minnesota. So he's, accustomed to playing, like that gritty kind of run the ball kind of football. So that's one of the things that helps these Big Ten offensive linemen, like Wisconsin, all these guys.
Oh, he started in Minnesota?
Yeah. This dude started.
Okay, so, I didn't know that. Yeah, wait. Did number one? Okay, we'll get to it. I was saying, did number one take his job? But no, we'll get to it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because okay. Well, anyways, y'all, we'll get there.
No. He's not. So I'm just saying, like in the style of playing the Big Ten, like Joe Tipman played in Minnesota. We're obviously, John Michael Schmidtz. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
I was saying, I knew. I was like, I didn't know he went to Minnesota first. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I think, when you look at Joe Tipman, I think, his flexibility is a huge upside. Height, weight, athleticism. He's 6'6", so he's a guy.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude. Like, he's a towering interior offensive lineman. But again, with that size, this will make him like, okay, like I could really draft him in the second rounds, because with his size, he has the functional strength and athleticism to really do a solid job.
And I listened. I'm not. I even listened to an interview he had. Like, he seems like he's very businesslike and gets it. Like I like, this is my job. I move people. Let's do what we need to do to move people. And like, he just like, I think that like offensive linemen in the league, they're very business oriented about their job. Like, I have to just keep you from getting to the quarterback, and I have to move you when we run the ball. And I think he was talking about running the ball, and he was like, "We want to run it every play. We can run it every play. If you want to give me a break to pass it, then I'll pass it." And I was like, O-line bot. I was like, O-line bot, because he's just like, if Siri was an O-lineman, there you have it. He's gonna do exactly what you tell him to do.
Yeah,
at a good rate.
And it is, again, he's best utilized in a zone scheme. But I think one of the more underrated, traits that it has is his awareness. I think he has a really high IQ, and so I think that's going to bode well for him. If you were to like, I know it sounds very homerish, but like when I think of him, I think of Mitch Morse for the Bills. Like, when you get these guys to the second level, like not only are they going to be where they're supposed to be, but he's looking to finish somebody, and that's exactly at 6'6". I mean, yeah,
that's one thing I did notice, like a difference about some of these linemen, and you really don't notice it like in the game, because some of them are like just like,
right,
let me do my rep, let me get it done, and then some of these guys are like, I'm going to fucking hurt you. Like, this big massive body is going to end up on top of you, and like all of it is going to slam on top of you, and so you better get outside them white lines. Like, you better run out of bounds. Right. So yeah, I like that about him too. Yeah, I like all offensive linemen. The next guy we talk about is that for sure. Right. But yeah, I like that about my linemen.
And sorry, I said Joe Tipman is at Wisconsin. All these Big Ten teams, man, they just look alike.
No, I thought. I mean, but with the NIL and transfer portals, I was like, He could have transferred, so I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, but he's that people that lets you know how close they are in ranking because he's that good that he almost, you know what I'm saying, matches the number one guy. But if you want to get to number two is my favorite.
Oh, so you're an Osiris Torrence guy.
Yeah, he follows the same. I follow the same exact thing I said about Wisconsin linemen. Give me Florida dudes normally work it out, but he's got some nasty to him, and he's really strong, and he just strikes me as the guy that like when you line up across from him, like he looks at you and says like, "Hey, how's your day been? Don't matter. It's about to go bad." Like because I'm gonna use. Okay, so what I noticed was him and Steve Avila. Him and Steve Avila. My bad, Stevie. Him and Steve Avila. They both looked at me like they were like both like, oh my God, these guys look like very scary if they get their hands on you. But see, Avila is like, if you get in my bubble and I have to block you, I'll get you. Osiris, he looks for you.
Yeah.
You are the smaller human, and I'm going to crush you. And I'm going to make you feel it. So he's actually my favorite of all of them. I think that he's got a lot of upside. I think he does have some things he needs to work on because he guesses wrong sometimes. And gets beat that way. But as far as just like the build and just how he looked out there on the field and his aggression, I would love to have Osiris Torrence on the team.
Yeah, so when you evaluate his film, like this dude is extremely aggressive. Like this is the kind of like makeup that you want from your offensive lineman. I think his best ability is in the run game. Like again, you just said it, where he goes and he seeks to destroy a defensive lineman. The problem with him, he's so big, right? But he doesn't. He's not a guy that he's definitely not a zone offensive lineman. He's more in a.
You tell him where to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So go get him. Right. It's the kind of thing. So you got your pin and pull. You got your gap schemes. Right. That's what he'd be really, really good at, right? So a team like Tennessee Titans would benefit him.
Yeah.
A team like the Rams will be really good for him, and the Patriots will be good for him. He has this extremely high motor. You talk about strength. This dude he's really strong now. Don't get caught up in his bench press reps at the combine, because he only put up 23 reps, but there's reps and then there's play strength. And when you look at his play strength, he does a really good job. Right. His problem comes in pass protection, where I feel like when he's faced with athletic interior offensive linemen, I think they can pose a problem because they can get under his pads and stuff like that and make moves on him. He could do a really good job of handling the bull rush, right? But I think his lower body probably needs some more work at the next level. Good thing for him, he's going to the NFL where you're going to be with some of the best nutrition, some of the best facilities, so where you can better yourself. So I think that's a knock on him. If he didn't have those issues, he would be the number one guy by a long shot. But I think he still needs some technical refinement. But when you're talking about his impact in the run game, you're going to see that day one, right when he gets to whatever team drafts him. He's going to be a mauler. So if you're a team that's looking for a guy that can come in and set the tone and be that dude that's like, okay, he's going to come and kick your ass. Well, Osiris Torrence is that dude. So he can anchor in pass protection, but again, he definitely has some work to do there. He's scheme specific. We talked about that. And then he's not a guy that's really athletic, but at 6'5", 330 pounds, he has long arms. I think he's a good prospect. So he's number 2 on the list.
Yeah, and I will say this though to finish it up, because as a fan of the official O-line university, that's Oklahoma University. Shout out Creed Humphrey, where your ring's strong. I will say for those of us that look at offensive linemen, I don't give a fuck about their combine because Orlando Brown Jr. I'll just say that.
I love Orlando Brown.
No, everybody does now, but I don't know if you remember his combine and his like pre-workout and everything that went into that. Everybody was like, ew, no. And I was like, I've watched this kid fucking the whole time he's in school.
Right.
So I will say guys like Osiris that have that like combine that make you say, does he want it? Man, this dude's 6'5", toting around 350 pounds all the time, bro. Like sometimes, unless it's time to get it, like these guys, especially on the O-line, they ain't finna go get it because it's not worth it. But you put that helmet on them, put them in the trenches, and tell him, hey, man, that guy in front of you is going to try to get to the quarterback. They make it happen. I think Osiris is going to be a very good addition to an NFL roster.
Oh, for
right
sure.
away.
For sure.
Number 1, we have John Michael Schmidtz. That is the offensive lineman from Minnesota, 6'4", 320 pounds. Now, when I watched him again, another very polished guy. Very polished. Looked like he had a lot of knowledge of what he was doing. When I watched guys like him, he kind of marked me as like kind of like DB. I feel like O linemen and defensive backs have this thing in common to where I don't want to hear your name unless they're telling me how big you are, and unless you just like really just demolish somebody on a block, and the world has to see how grimy it gets in the trenches. And he's this guy, like he's like, you're not gonna hear my name for fucking up. Like I'm gonna do my job every time, and it's more than likely it's gonna work out for us, man.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, he's number 1 for a reason, man. This guy, well, he's 6'4", 3.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be like 320, 330. I don't know. He's gonna be somewhere around there, but
it's gonna fluctuate.
You know how we talked about like Michael Meyer, the tight end, is a guy that can come in day 1 and be that dude. Like that's what John Michael Schmidtz. And his name is so corny. Like, can we just get that out of the way real quick? This dude is like his parents fumbled the bag. Like,
but it fits though.
It sounds like a box of cornflakes. That's how generic
it does. It does. But you know what? You walking up, you like it. But it also sounds like I got that man John Michael. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidtz. You know what I'm saying?
But my dude's walking in. He's a millionaire. Like I think he's gonna be a first round selection. And this dude, what he offers in terms of punch and power at the point of attack as an offensive lineman, like I feel like his first step is extremely underrated. Like he has quick feet. You know, I feel like he's stout in terms of pass protection, where he can anchor down. You know, second level. I think he's a guy that could really flash and get to the second level to assist in the run game. And then he doesn't have like the aggressiveness as Osiris Torrence, but what he does have, he plays with such poise. Like it's so methodical when you watch him play. Like this guy, he had over I think like 35 career starts at center for the Gophers. He can execute blocks extremely well. I feel like also, he doesn't overextend himself. So like, again, we're talking about technical refinement. Like he does a really good job of using his hands and using his leverage to displace defenders in the run game. So he's extremely consistent. He understands angles. He's a guy that can call protections at the offensive line, and that's what you're going to need. So I would, for a guy like him, I would love to see him go to a team where you have like you're drafting a young quarterback, because what he can do at the offensive line to kind of get guys in the right place as a young player, being a rookie, I think he would really help. A guy like, it'd be awesome if Houston could take him, because he could come in there and just kind of settle in, with his quarterback and do his thing. But
he's gonna be a guy that we hear his name when he's drafted, and then we're gonna hear his name in a couple of years when he gets his big contract.
Exactly.
Other than that, you're just gonna see the team that he's playing on being able to run and pass the ball.
Yeah. Some areas where he probably should improve. I think his pad level is an issue where he's where they say low man wins. Well, sometimes he plays a little bit higher with a higher pad level, and that kind of gets him in trouble at times. He's a little older, so he's coming in. He's going to be 24 years old as a rookie. Now, I think in offensive line years, like his next, if you get him in the first round, his next contract will be at 29, right? So how much? So teams look at that stuff. Like, so if he was like a 22-year-old, I think it'd be a different story.
But I think you can get good offensive line play until the dude's like 35. You know what I'm saying? A good one. You know what I'm saying? Barring injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think a lot of people don't really think about how this is why these positions are so important. How good consistent line play is, and like if someone that can bring you consistent, like I think he'll be able to bring a team consistent line play for like 8-9 years. Like I think he'll really be able to do that.
Yeah,
barring injury.
I think he's
even at 24. Like I really do.
Yeah, I think he's solid, man. I think he's starting center number 1. Like coming out, when I think he has second round value. I think he doesn't go past the second round, but it'd be nice to see him get taken in the late first round. That'd be really cool. But I really do feel like one of these young teams are drafting a quarterback will take a shot at him early second round. that's when I expect to see him go off the board.
It'll be real interesting to see how teams, because I think this year we're going to see a lot of teams actually have common sense in the draft. Like, I really do think that they're going to be like, yo, maybe we need the linemen, or these skill positions are very popular. But I think all these linemen are, in closing, I think all these linemen are pretty good. Some of them are going to be projects. Some guys, may fall off, but all in all, they're the top 5 for a reason. Top 5 offensive lineman, Boogie, back in the building. Shout out to the offensive line. Once again, I like to close with what I said at the beginning, and I think all of you will agree. The offensive linemen are the most important guys on the football field for your team's success. So even though they're not skilled position players, as they say, they are the position players that allow you to show your skill. But other than that, yo, what's up with it? I think it's time we got an either or, do we not?
That is true.
All right. Guess I'll just ride right into it. You know what I'm saying? So
hold on. I got something for you. So just so y'all know, I did do my first mock draft of the season over at BuffaloRumblers.com. So y'all should definitely check it out, mock draft 1.0, and see who the Cowboys and your Saints picked.
Tweet that out. Hey, tweet that out so I can retweet it. You know what I'm saying? Share it. And also, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get them numbers up. Also, we're going to do our Sports Sushi mock draft. So if you are watching, if you feel like you're interested, you know what I'm saying, hit one of us up if you know us. If you don't know us, leave us in the comment section. We can go ahead and find you. And other than that, shit. Boogie.
All right.
Let's do the dance.
All right. So we got our either or coming up by boy Russ. So what you got?
Do the dance. Do the motherfucking dance, Sterling. Shit.
Sterling's like, no. Man.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Put that shit on. So of course, as I always do in these either or situations, I like to go ahead and put up something that follows a theme with our draft spotlight. So it's offensive linemen. This was gonna be pretty cut and dry. I just want you guys to pick. If offensive lineman is not your bag, put it in the comments. Me and Sterling, everybody else can teach you a little bit more about why this position is so important. But this is a good one, I think. Straight off the top of the dome, would you rather have Tristan Wirfs or Trent Williams in their prime? I ain't even got to talk. I told y'all, O-line university is.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
I'm going Trent all day, every day, 24/7.
I would have to go with Trent as well.
Yeah.
Tristan Wirfs is very good, but it's very, very good, though. Very, very fucking good.
Right. Yeah. Silverback is what I even hate calling him that, bro. No, I hate calling him that.
It depends on who gave him the nickname. Because I feel like if a nigga gave him a nickname, a black dude I call him Silverback.
I like black dude gonna call you Silverback.
Yeah, exactly.
That's some
exactly.
Is it not?
And he went to Oklahoma. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Boomer Sooners, bro. They got a couple out there.
Yeah. So you know what, man? This dude, like, when you talk about like a guy that can get out in space and just cause disruption, and then at the point of attack, he's gonna destroy you. Like, Trent Williams is probably outside of Orlando Pace. Now, Orlando Pace is a Hall of Famer in his own right, but I feel like Trent Williams, man, is like the new generation of offensive linemen. Like, the dude is just so good, and he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't get recognized as much as he should. Like, he's a household name, but like he should have even more accolades. Being with the Redskins, they kind of screwed him and so forth.
Oh, damn near killed the man. Right. But no, he's that good. Like I like if you watch San Francisco tape on him, if you see anything, half the time you see him pulling, you see guys on defense trying to figure out a way to stay alive. They're just looking like, please don't let this big man get their hands on me. But I will say this to Tristan, even though I didn't pick you and Sterling didn't pick you, Boogie, did you get Trent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't get picked, but you are a phenomenal football player, and anybody that Tom Brady looks at and says, I trust you as a rookie to get me this ring, you nice. But I think it's a unanimous decision, but I couldn't think of anybody that I could have put up against Trent Williams besides Tristan Wirfs, because Trent Williams is that fucking awesome. Shout out to Trent Williams. Tunsil just plays for Houston. He's not the best in the game.
Ooh.
Jeremy Tunsil.
Now I would have said you could try like other. What about like Orlando Pace?
Well, I mean, I didn't want to go back in time. I wanted to use two. Like Jeremy Tunsil is awesome, but he's not Trent. And I honestly, He deserves his bag, but he's not Tristan Wirfs either.
But I will say this: shout out to Laramie Tunsil because he.
But shout out, no, shout out for sure. Get your bag for sure.
Negotiating shit.
I just had to say, shotgun, don't try that. Your fan is showing. Zip it up.
He's
Man, what the fuck? Yeah, he's the best because he's the highest paid because he's the latest to get paid. You mean to tell me if Trent Williams was the same age as him, he would not be the top? Hey, Trent Williams is top 2 and he not 2.
All right. Well, let's hey,
real shit. Ask a defensive lineman.
So look, we're gonna go ahead and go to the NFL. And as you know, the free agency is underway.
Yes,
so Larry Tunsil did get paid, negotiate the deal for himself, reset the market a second time. You know.
No, he had Omni Saint Omni.
Oh well,
just so y'all don't know about Saint Omni.
Well, no, I just seen he's the Pat show.
So Saint Omni not even a real nigga, bro. I don't believe it. Like I'm with Pac-Man Jones. This nigga not real. Where is he? Show me. You know what I'm saying? So they had a story. I believe it was Pat McAfee. I'll shout out to the Pat McAfee show. Or fuck Boston Connor every day, all day. It's all love though. FBC. But nah, 8-year-olds for life. But nah, I was watching the show and they were actually talking about this. I forget who it was. It was another NFL player that was negotiating deals, but he used the name Mr. Kim. And he was like, so if the ownership is like, yo, man, we gotta pay you. We want to pay you this amount. Let me check with Mr. Kim. Same Omni as Mr. Kim, reincarnated. He's nigga Kim. He's just Saint Omni. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Tunsil's a G though. I don't know if y'all watched it, but go watch the Pat McAfee show and watch him. Tunsil played into it. He had a guy walk across the screen that had like his hand over his face and like he was walking by like he was handling some business on the phone. But I really do believe it's something that players are using. It's like what was that movie? Blank Check? Mm-hmm. It's like that nigga from Blank Check. They just make up a name and like I bet you if you ask Saint Omni to pop out, he wouldn't. Ice Spice could come out and say, I want to go on a date with you, Saint Omni, and he wouldn't show up because he's not real.
He only comes out whenever players need to negotiate deals.
Yeah, but that's all he need to do.
Yeah,
it might be David Mulugeta. Who knows? He's not sanctioned by the NFL. He's helping all these players, happen to be black, get these deals. You know, I don't know. Or maybe that female, I forget her name. I got to look her name up. I forget her. Maybe that female, I just don't believe. Or what if it's Antonio Brown or Kanye West? It could. What the fuck? What if Saint Omni is Kanye West? He's like, yeah, y'all niggas thought I was going away. No, I was just switching professions. I'm Saint Omni, nigga.
But yeah, definitely some winners and losers for this free agent period. So let's get into a lot of teams that made a lot of moves. Some didn't do jack shit. So
I was just gonna ask y'all who's y'all's. I was gonna say fuck it. Who's y'all's top 3 like that got better? Let's be positive first.
Okay, I would throw the Texans up there.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with it. That's one of my That's why I fuck with you, Sterling. That's one of my 3.
Yeah, man. They Dalton Smith. You got Devin Singletary. They made some major moves, man.
They got Perryman today, Woods, I believe.
Yeah.
Got Bobby Woods. I mean, this is a team that lacked depth and starters everywhere. I mean, there's not a position on the side.
They got a primetime tight end. They got Dalton Schultz, baby.
Right.
Former Cowboy. So you know about that action.
I feel like the Texans have gotten way better, man. Way better.
I got one for you guys. I guess. Oh, do you want to go to your? You want to get? Well, you said Texas Boogie. What's yours? You have one Boogie? I'll go next. It don't matter.
No, I had to say the Texans because they just solely made the most moves. I'll say number 2 would be Chicago.
You said Chicago?
Yeah.
No, dude, number Chicago. 2, bro. Okay, Chicago. Okay, we'll go over Chicago first because mine, I believe someone's about to come the fuck up. But let's go over Chicago first because I got all of them here. So we got DJ Moore acquired for the first overall pick, as we say. Tremaine Edmonds, which is really good. He's a really good pickup because he's still young. Sorry, Sterling, didn't mean to.
I know.
But hey, Sports Sushi be telling y'all niggas now. All y'all out there that just want to talk shit, and whenever Sterling posts something or I post something, be like, oh, what the fuck is going? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Sterling told us like 3 weeks ago. Tremaine Edmonds is young. and he about to be out the door, and he's going to be a good free agent pickup for somebody. And Chicago bounced up on that. Nate Davis at guard, T.J. Edwards a linebacker, DeMarcus Walker defensive end. They got some running backs, Travis Homer, long snapper. They did pick up P.J. Walker. I'm just going to give everybody some love. Andrew Billings, a defensive tackle, Robert Tonyan, and Deontay Foreman, which I think is one of the most underrated running backs in the motherfucking league. And as I like the Oklahoma Sooners, I can tell you I hate saying that. But no, boy is nice. But the Chicago Bears are dope. What y'all got on them? I think the trade of the pick was their piece of the small.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? If I had to throw another team in there, I would have to say the Denver Broncos, man. Like, you know, Russell Wilson really came out in this because what they were
really killing me.
They really came in. No, they really came in and got guys on the offensive line that could come in and play, man. Like, so I think any time where you can get better at offensive line and free agency, you know, you got to be excited about that. Was the Broncos' kryptonite last season? Was their offensive line play?
I'll name them off because they did get Mike McGlinchey,
yep,
dog. Chris Manhurst a tight end, Alex Singleton as a linebacker, Zach Allen for defensive end, Samaje Perine at running back, which is really good. Jarrett Stidham, Ben Powers, offensive line, Corliss Whitman, that's a punter, still show love. I know. Quinn Bailey, offensive line. Jonas Griffin, linebacker, fullback, Michael Burton, and a punter, and Riley Dixon. Since both of you seem to forget that Detroit Rock City has loaded the fuck up. The Lions are my number one come up, besides me being a Cowboy fan, and I'll say that we did good too. But as far as like when I look around the league and I'm seeing all these teams do their thing, the Detroit Lions. Hey, I'm gonna say it. The Detroit Lions gonna win the North next year.
Oh yeah.
The Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they totally could.
I'm just saying the Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. Let me go over this list real quick for you. Give me one moment. Let's get the scroll on.
I got you if you want it. I already know. You want me to go on?
You can name them off too. You can name them off too. I know.
Yeah, so Cam Sutton was their big one, right? 3 years, $33 million. Yep. And they got CJ Gardner-Johnson from the Eagles.
But bro, well, hold up.
$8 million.
Emmanuel Mosley from the 49ers.
Yep.
Let me see. Will Harris. They picked up. You already said Gardner Johnson. They picked up. Now I love all their pickups. Isaiah Buggs, whatever. I can go over the list, but I love all their pickups because they not only picked up like good football players, but they picked up guys that played for the Eagles, playoff team, Super Bowl team, San Francisco, winner. Like they picked up guys from teams that really win games. So I think that the Detroit Lions are gonna win the North, and I think that they should have expectations to do so. And they are my number one team in free agency right now. I don't think anybody's really fucking with what the Detroit Lions are building right now. I don't think people see it coming, and I think that from weeks 1 to 4 next year, we're gonna look at the Detroit Lions and say, holy shit, like they're about to get it. Like I don't know if they're gonna. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I'm saying division winner, perennial playoff contender, and the Cowboys probably gonna beat them in the playoffs.
I like it.
Speaking of the Cowboys, we can do it real quick. You know what I'm saying? There wouldn't be a show unless the Cowboys got mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Cowboys, I will give a shout out to my Cowboys. I want to say it is a love for the free agents. The love hate Cowboys. It is a love. I will say, Zeke, man, hey,
he gone.
He gone, and I miss him. But I will say this though, this is one rule that you should always follow when talking about NFL draft and running back. You do not draft a super cold running back to a shitty team in today's NFL because all of his best carries will be wasted, and you will be sitting there wondering why the fuck does Zeke not look like 2014 Zeke? And it's because you have wasted all those carries with your team not being able to win that shit. So sorry for Zeke. That's just kind of the way it goes for running backs. I really hope that one day we get to a point where running backs have a new scale to like where if you, let's say you get drafted and you rush for 1,000 yards in your first like year or 2 years, you can restructure at that point. I don't think running backs should be held just because, you know what I'm saying, they don't last long, because any team that you look at with a super cold running back, they do work. Like a running back does work. It's just a matter of having your team built before you get them. Tony Pollard, franchise tag here. I know what's up. It's great signing. Donovan Wilson, really like that signing. Stephon Gilmore, of course, really love that trade. They re-signed Leighton Vander Esch. CJ Goodwin, underrated special team player. Really like him getting back. Cooper Rush, always good to have a backup when you know your quarterback can get hurt. Now, this is the one that I just want to harp on. Ronald Jones, you fumble a lot. I'm not going to get into you. And Chuma Edoga, cool beans. No, I told you niggas. This is why I'm going to take my time to toot my motherfucking horn. Because I told you niggas weeks ago, not you two, but the niggas out there. I told y'all too. What I say? When I said the Cowboys need speed. There's one guy I'd really like for the Cowboys to get.
Yeah, you
Brandon motherfucking Cooks. And they went and got him, and I am happy. That is why we have.
Wait. You, in the words of Pops Williams, Pops Jones, you ain't tell me shit. I was out here saying it with your ass. I said at the trade deadline that they tried to get him. The Texans tried to trade him. I said be on the lookout because hey, it might still be on the table.
Boogie,
and, hey,
I apologize. You wasn't a part of it. Okay, so I'll take it back. Not y'all niggas, but niggas out there.
Yeah,
let's let them know. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, you niggas out there that did not believe. Let me tell you, I'm trying to teach you something, even though you don't want to go to class. You know what I'm talking about? But no, I'm really glad they got him, Mr. 1,000 yards. He does his job. Every year he's on the team, and I really fuck with him. Boogie, I know he played for your two favorite teams. So really like it.
So my analysis of Cooks was, we got him on early, whenever he was with the Saints, but he wanted to be number one. They got Michael Thomas, and business took over. But all in all, his injuries, I say, is behind him. Because he had a stint of concussions and stuff like that whenever he was with the Patriots and the Rams. But they definitely still got the speed. He still can give you 1,000 yards, irregardless of who's throwing to him, as he's shown you. He's done it in Houston with Davis Mills, with Jared Goff, with whoever. So
etc.
So he can give you 1,000 yards. He's played with some of the best of the best and some of the worst of the worst. So So as far as like Dallas Cowboys fans, yes, you got a legit deep threat and a guy that can give you a good solid 1,000 yards. So you got number two. He ain't gonna take over. He's not gonna be your number one. He's not gonna
see. I don't want to. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's not going to take over CeeDee Lamb's spot. No, he's probably going to be the number 2 or 3 option in the past. So, but he will give you your consistent 1,000 plus.
He's gonna do his job. I'll let you go ahead, Sterling. Yes. He's just gonna do his job.
So, have y'all heard of the old DeAndre Hopkins stuff today?
I heard that he might be going to the Pats. That's what I heard.
The Pats? That's what you heard?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's rumblings that the Bills might be in play. Look at the face Russ just made. Look at the face he just made.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
So Ed Oliver, Houston guy, y'all know. He made.
Wait. Y'all motherfuckers trying to get D-Hop and Diggs.
Yeah, so that's the play right now. So
that ain't third place. That ain't. I'll change my prediction. That ain't third place.
So what I've heard now, I don't have a source close to the situation, but I do have a source that's close to the situation. That there are the talks have the Bills were aggressive today in pursuit of DeAndre Hopkins. Josh Allen followed DeAndre Hopkins on Instagram today. DeAndre Hopkins posted some stuff about lyrics to Buffalo Soldier. Now, I don't think that's all coincidence. So I don't know obviously everything has to line up. The money has to line up because the Bills don't have a lot of cap space. The compensation would have to line up. So I would say that the Bills will probably offer up Ed Oliver and a third or a fourth or something like that. And that gets the job done. And then I think the Cardinals would have to eat up some of that cap space for D-Hop to come to make that work. But if the Bills could somehow come out of this with DeAndre Hopkins, that offense is going to be nasty.
No, that's a really good pickup because so here's my thing about receivers and my thing about people that know I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but I respect DeAndre Hopkins and I think he's dope. But everybody knows me. I was never like, let's go get him because I believe your top 3 receivers should be 3 different type of guys. You got to have one guy that's a slot speedy guy that just causes havoc across deep routes, middle of the field. You got to have one possession guy that can eat it up. And then you got to have one guy that's just straight line speed. Like he is just going to burn. And so the Cowboys did not have that. And I didn't feel like if you added DeAndre Hopkins, you'd be adding another guy that does what your 2 guys do really well. CeeDee Lamb we hope CeeDee Lamb becomes what DeAndre Hopkins is. Is a guy that catches everything, but he's not finna to burn everybody. He's not finna like, you know what I'm saying? Like Gallup, same thing. Not finna burn nobody. You're not slow, but we're not counting on you to do that. So me as a football team, I don't want 3 guys out there that need to eat up the same space. You know what I'm saying? Give me two guys out there that get open in that space, and give me one guy out there that's proven to stretch that shit out. And that's what I love about Brandon Cooks, because Brandon Cooks is like, throw me on that 9 and I got you. Like they will have to guard me. And even if they do guard me on the 9, then your 2 dynamic receivers across the middle will make it happen. And thirdly, the fact that he's played for so many different quarterbacks, he'll be able to catch anything that Dak throws, because we know Dak gets shaky at times.
Yeah, I like the
I
move.
love it.
I love the move for you guys, man. You get a number 2 wide receiver, but I think people really underestimate what Brandon Cooks really brings to the table. He could get it at all 3 levels, man. And the fact that he's going to open up your offense, it's going to really help CeeDee Lamb work in the short, intermediate areas. Even Marcus Pollard coming out of the backfield catching balls, because what Brandon Cooks is going to do is he's going to clear a lot of that stuff out.
Yeah. I want to pivot though back to the Bills, because that was supposed to be like, I know I switched the Cowboys in there, but back to the Bills. The reason why that's really good with the Bills, because you just got what I'm talking about with the Cowboys times 10. Because now you have a guy that's speed burner on your one side in Diggs, who can also run routes very well. But you already know, Sterling, he can. If you line up close to him, hey man, I'm getting on your hip. I'm out of there. Mm-hmm. So if you put a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, which I love, my favorite receiver combination, speed to the right, possession to the left. Flip flop it if you want. But give me a speed guy on one side and a good-ass possession guy on the other, and you got yourself a tandem. If you have a good quarterback, you got yourself a tandem that cause a lot of problems. So if they do make that happen, the Bills, I will take back the 3rd place. I will take that shit back. Now if the Jets
take it back.
No. Now the Jets still gonna win it, but I do believe that y'all be able to surpass the Dolphins if y'all make that happen. Now the Jets gonna win it. If they get Aaron Rodgers, they gonna win it, bro. Period. That's gonna happen, bro.
That's yet to be determined. The deal still ain't done yet.
Yeah, you see the trades they made today? Yeah, they're making room. Yeah, they bye Elijah.
Elijah Moore went to
we need more money for Aaron.
Yeah, definitely went to the Cleveland Browns.
It's a good pickup for the Browns, though, on the cool. For the Cleveland people watching, if y'all do watch, it's a good pickup for y'all, because now y'all got Coop, y'all got Elijah and Njoku, and I forget their other receiver. I forget that they had already had another receiver there, but it's a good mix up. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun come back right. Y'all got some talent out there, so it's a good even trade. But Sterling, Aaron go to the Jets.
Man, I don't know what the holdup is, man. I feel like that deal should have already been done, man. I don't know what the holdup is.
I think from what
niggas greedy in these streets. That's why
he said the Packers are kind of dug in on their compensation, what they want.
And they want that 13.
Yeah.
I think it's the 13th, for the first round 13. But if I'm the Packers, if I'm the Jets, yes. Like, nigga, give me your first pick. Why the fuck would I give you a 3rd round pick just because Mike Tannenbaum did that shit 20 years ago? Stop playing with me. My nigga, like, I will give you this. I will give you this 3rd. But if I'm the Packers though, I'm also like, nah, bro. Like, you need to come off a 1st. It's fucking Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see. It's gonna get worked out though. Yeah. I don't think that they're gonna have to give up that 1st though. I don't think it's gonna happen.
They want to though. They might have to.
Yeah.
They might have to, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, cause like if I'm a GM, cause if I'm the Jets, and y'all could put yourselves in the Jets' shoes. If I'm the Jets, I'm sitting back literally saying, if I have enough to be able to get Aaron Rodgers for 1 year and have to pay him 60, fuck, I gotta wait. I'll just go get Lamar. If you play around way too much, I will go to Baltimore, fly out there, call Lamar Jackson, and be like, I got 200 guaranteed, bro. Let's go. And you tell me the Jets ain't exactly as scary. You tell me if you don't put Lamar Jackson out there with all them dudes that they're not exactly as scary. So like
I look, I'm on the side of go get Lamar Jackson. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Like seriously, like you're gonna give up assets for the short term for him to play 1 year and don't know if he wants to play for 2 years. Blah blah blah. I really would just go get Lamar Jackson. I mean, you put him and Breece Hall in the same backfield, and then you got Alan Lazar, who's a jump ball guy, and then you got McCole Hardman today. You got an extra asset for Elijah Moore. I mean, the Jets can make some moves, man, and I don't understand why they're so fixated.
My bad, Sterling. I forgot that one. Fucking McCole Hardman you basically said Elijah by McCole Hardman in from the Jets. Yeah, go ahead, Sterling. I get them all.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, it just makes too much sense to me. So the league is blackballing Lamar Jackson, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When a dude that was in trouble got all his guaranteed. But that's the real bad thing about it though. Lamar Jackson has really been a model citizen.
Yep.
And he's getting bent over. Yep. And the dude that was not a model citizen got $250 million guaranteed or whatever.
And I think that's the issue. Is like he was your fall guy. He took the bumps. He was a company man, and now you guys kind of don't want to pay him. And it looks bad.
Kinda. No, ain't no kinda. Yeah, we know now. Y'all don't want to give him his money.
And it looks bad. It looks bad on the Ravens.
Show me the money. They said we ain't showing you shit.
All right, man. So last week, man, we talked about March Madness was underway, and we talked about a couple of 16 seeds that could potentially upset or double seeded.
Boy, Purdue
was we off. I know some people, we were kind of like, no 16 seeds, but god damn. How many seeds fail?
A nigga like me had Furman, but I'll say, hey, everybody.
Brackets, right? It's like it's no perfect bracket. It was no perfect.
Oh, ain't no perfect bracket. Ain't no perfect. If you got a perfect bracket, then you are a time traveler, nigga. That shit is like if you got a perfect bracket. Now I got one homie that every game literally he was like, man, fuck this bracket. I will say this. Shout out to the niggas that had Furman. You in Club Russ. Purdue. You fucking suck. That was the worst 16-1 loss ever. There's only been 2.
Man,
it's like 2 and 100. It's like it's 2 and whatever. Now I will say this before we begin talking about our favorite moments or whatever throughout the first round. Shout out to HChang_8. You are in the lead with 490 points at number 1. Number 2, ESPN fan, followed by a bunch of numbers. Nicholas Lee, you are number 2. Instinctual, you are number 4. Victorious, number 1, you're number 4. And there is no number 5. There's 4 number 6s. Jake Fried Rice, JJ Judge 1, Sammy Dot 2, and Chilo Money Easy. So basically the tournament challenge is fucking bonkers. I don't know if y'all was in that motherfucker, but you saw nobody's in the same place. I guess we can get into our favorite moments, but this shit is fucking dope. The addition to NIL, the transfer portal, has made the NCAA tournament better than it's ever been. And one more time before you guys start to shout out Purdue from a Hoosier fan. You fucking suck. You ass. Cheeks.
How do you got Zach Edey? Like, how do you mess that up? Which I don't understand.
You lost to a team whose tallest player was 6'6". You had a nigga a foot taller than the other team, and you still lost. Only Purdue could fuck up that bad. You know, I'm just gonna say, sometimes you go to some rec centers and you don't know it's coming, Stern. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes you play against some brand of basketball, you don't see it coming. Playing hard, they different. And I think that's true. That's what Purdue got caught. They just choked, man. But that, of course, that's probably the biggest choke, biggest upset of the whole tournament. I don't know if y'all had a favorite moment. We can go over some of them. First round was bonkers. Iowa, you let Nas down. What's up?
Goes with the U.
Ghost, fuck you. We ain't got to talk about the U. No, I'm not going to lie. The U did their thing. The U went out there and they played against Indiana. I will say this as an Indiana fan.
That That was the females, right?
Both, my nigga, both.
Damn.
Indiana lost to Miami's females and males.
Whoa.
All around tall section. Yes, yeah. I will say this though about the females. I don't know too much that went into their loss. I think they just might have had a choke session. For the males, it was a 5 versus 4 matchup, but Indiana basketball plays tight. I think that Mike Woodson needs to reevaluate some of the Bob Knightishness in his coaching style. No, you can see it. Back in the 80s and early 90s, everybody played tight because every coach was like, I'll whoop your ass. Nowadays, there's more freedom, and you could see players like Hood Schifino were tight. I think it's Trey Edwards was tight. Trace Jackson Davis is a dog. But I just really believe Geronimo, he played tight. And he's a guy that I think that he's number 53 for IU. He's a guy that I think could really blossom. But all those players just seem like they're under so much pressure because they are playing a blue blood. They are playing for a blue blood. So fuck you, Ghost, but very good game played. And you know what I'm saying? To the Freedom Riders ride. Texas got a good squad. They beat Penn State, my sleeper. UConn, which I told y'all about, looking real strong. But what y'all got? What are some of y'all's favorite moments? I can look up scores and shit for y'all if y'all need to. But what did y'all like about y'all's tournament weekend?
Well, first of all, let me be negative for a second. The Big Ten sucks ass. They let everybody down. And Michigan State's the last Big Ten team.
January, February, Izzo, but it's some real shit, bro. Izzo does it every year.
Not every year. Because he's been trashed the last 4 or 5 years in the tournament. But
he gets it done.
But they're the last Big Ten team in there. But I think, man, Tennessee is dope. Tennessee's dope, man.
Grown ass fucking men though. What they did to Duke should have been child abuse.
Yeah.
They should have called CPS, but they locked the fuck up. That shit was some defense.
Hey, what about Princeton?
That's what I was about to say.
I had a homie text me and say they smart and they get to win a tournament game. I was like, bro, that's what Princeton was what, 15-2?
Let me check.
Weren't they 15 seed or something like that?
Yeah, 15-2. And they also 15-2. Arizona, you choked. And some about Arizona, every time Arizona got a squad that everybody think is gonna do something, them niggas blow it. So Arizona, you don't get any flex bombs or nothing. We just gonna give you a moment of silence. Cause you did, nigga. Right. Princeton, shout out to Princeton though, because Princeton's making it all the way. I think it ends though for them because Creighton got a squad. Big East stand up for real in this tournament.
But definitely the Sweet 16.
My bad. I was gonna say my bad. We shout out a lot of different teams. I have to give a big shout out. One to Arkansas. Arkansas, even though I believe Kansas would have won that if their coach was there, Arkansas, you stood the fuck up and played. But shout out to Kansas State for giving us, Kansas State and Kentucky. You gave us, in my opinion, the most entertaining game of the entire fucking weekend. Point guard Noel, you are what hooping's about. I knew you was about that business when it became the second half. He was killing them niggas, and he went to the bench and was like, give me a fucking energy cookie. And he ate the energy cookie while looking at Kentucky. And at that moment when he was chomping on that bitch and looking at Kentucky, I said, oh, they're going to lose because he's not coming out the game. But shout out to them. They had Tomlinson, big man, power forward, playing like a guard out there when he got the ball. Like Kansas State, scary. I think Kansas State might make it to the Final Four after that performance. That shit was scary.
But Kansas State, what they face off against Michigan State tomorrow. What are some of the matchups y'all looking at? I'm definitely going to be looking at Miami and Houston, and obviously, Princeton. I want to see Princeton. They're the lowest seed in there. I want to see it, man. I want to see it happen.
Cinderella's dance, man. What about you, Sterling? Sterling's like, we want to see Tennessee, nigga. Tennessee all the way, nigga. Orange stripes.
Hey, give me Princeton, dog. I know they're not gonna win.
Yeah,
but I just want to see what it looks like when a bunch of just smart ass white boys just beat that ass.
They got some intelligent niggas too.
They do, but that team is full of white boys, man, and they doing pick and roll. They doing the backdoor cuts. I mean, it's the Princeton offense. I mean, these boys out here They don't care about the game. They more worried about their fucking exam that they about to do tomorrow, right?
Hey, they game don't mean shit. They trying to go be the CEO of a new company.
Yeah. So give me Princeton, dog.
I think the best game of the weekend. Of course, y'all know this is the college basketball is my drug, so I love this shit. But I think the best game of the weekend is going to be Xavier versus Texas. I think that shit's going to bang. I think that shit is going to be the game that gives us damn near overtime, buzzer beater, some of that nature. Xavier versus Texas. If you have free time this weekend,
yeah, that's the late game, right? That's like what?
Watch that. Let me see what time.
Yeah, I'm looking at
that game comes on 8:45. Yeah, that game. That game they're gonna bang. No, are going to scrap. I think the Miami Houston one's gonna be real good too. Another one, Arkansas UConn's probably gonna be good, but keep your second game, Kansas State Michigan. That's gonna be a rock fight. Just get ready because Kansas State likes to play football.
Man, speaking of Kansas, what happened to Kansas?
Michigan State. Bill Self wasn't there to coach him, man. They lost by 1. Arkansas tough though. Watch Arkansas versus UConn because I think UConn's ability to be big in the paint is going to take them over the top, and they got some really good wings. But when you look at Arkansas is lengthy. Like they're just Sterling. You hoop, bro. They're just long, bro. Everybody on their team is like 6'6" and up, man. So it's just a difficult matchup everywhere you go, and all of them can play ball. So that's what happened to Kansas and their coach not being there. I believe if Bill Self was there, they lost by 1. Like when you lose by 1, that lets you know that you were just scrapping at the end of the game, talent versus talent. They got you. So I just think that's what happened to Kansas. But Arkansas said I ain't about that dick.
Hey, and Brandon Miller's 40 piece.
I know Brandon Miller's. I have them winning the whole tournament. I have Alabama win the whole tournament. I think UConn's I guess the team I want to win. But if I had money to put on it, and I'm putting it on Alabama. Alabama's got Jelly Fam is still alive. Javon Quinley's still playing. He's like a 5th or 6th year player. Really good point guard. So that's check the box. You need a really good point guard. They got 2 of them. Then you need really good freshman play. Brandon Miller's the best in the country. Then they have wing play. They're a long team. So Alabama's the one team that can continuously blitz you all game long. There's not really a weakness you can point to. So that's why I got them. But this weekend is going to be badass. And watch out though, FAU. They got some hoopers, Sterling. So Tennessee, watch out on Rocky Top.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get into our NBA topic, but the Sweet 16 kicks off tomorrow, and it goes all the way into Friday. And the tournament will conclude sometime next week, and we will have coverage on that as well. But so we're going to get into our NBA topic. Last week we didn't get a chance to get into it, but today we will. We will kick it off with a little bit of a little NBA story, little NBA storylines that the NBA can only come up with. So Dylan Brooks is probably the player of the last 2 months. Definitely was not as far as his skill or ability, but this motherfucker is entertaining, man. He is everywhere.
Entertaining.
He's everywhere in the news outlet, whether he's saying some shit or doing some shit. But one thing that he's no stranger to is Draymond Green and his feelings towards him. But hey, like with most things, the internet will provide receipts on all things. So you always got to watch out what you say on the internet. But somebody went ahead and pulled up some interviews from Dylan Brooks back in his playing days with Oregon and how much he admired Draymond Green and how he wanted to be as what Draymond Green is to his team. And fast forward a couple years, they say you don't want to meet your heroes because you'd be disappointed, or idols turn to rivals. Whatever saying you want to apply here, it certainly fucking fits. What do you guys really make of this Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green situation here?
You got 2 trash players. Man, these niggas trash, bro. Both of them. They are, man. I'm so tired of Dylan Brooks already, bro. First of all, you a light-skinned nigga. All right?
It's true.
And then you're not skilled like this. You see him in the warm-ups, like you're an NBA player. Like these niggas be hitting open threes in warm-ups. Not Dillon Brooks. This dude cannot shoot, bro. He cannot shoot. He's trash. Draymond is trash now too. Nobody cares about what Draymond and Dillon Brooks have to say because they ain't the ones. It'd be one thing if it's like Steph and Ja Morant like going at it. You know, these are the guys that carry the team. But like, man, I ain't trying to hear nothing from Dillon Brooks because they ain't won nothing. They get on my nerves. You know how I feel about them.
Yes, I know. Well, you know when what Charles said, he called him a bus driver. I mean that's what it is, man. It's just two guys, man. There you go, Russ. It's really kind of two guys, man. You know, of the same ilk, just arguing about who's more mid.
My bad. Are we still on Dillon Brooks?
Yes, we are. What do you think, Russ? We were just talking about.
I have one thing to say. When you do a jersey swap, just make sure the other nigga want to swap. Boy, I just want to say, when you do a jersey swap, make sure the other nigga wants to swap. Please.
Kyrie definitely had words. You heard what he said. He said, "Don't be playing me with that weekend defense or some shit like that."
No, but after the game, he said, "Maybe one day I'll get Dillon Brooks jersey." No, you won't. You just lie because you didn't think everybody saw it. If I come to if it's after the game and I come to you and Kyrie took his off like, yeah, nigga, take this. Don't even worry about it. No, no, I don't want that. I'm good on that. See, if it was me, I would have really wanted. I'd have just been like, yo, Kyrie, just take my shit. You can throw it away. Like, just you can throw it away in the locker room. You can do it. Just don't leave me hanging in public. Then Kyrie went and said, here, take this and dapped up somebody else.
Bro, Kyrie wasn't trying to fuck with that dude like that.
Bro, who wants Dillon Brooks jersey? Dillon, nobody wants your jersey, bro.
But I mean, look, dog, with Dillon Brooks, he's one of those guys that I kind of group him with, no disrespect, but we kind of like a Pat Bev type person. Just kind of
I'm about to say, don't give him Draymond. He want to be Draymond bad, but you ain't Draymond, bro.
But so Sterling was just like they both trash.
They both trash.
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so are we talking about like Draymond now or Draymond?
I mean,
like
now.
Okay. So if we talk about Draymond now, then yeah, Draymond slowed down. But let's talk about Draymond Green straight out of Michigan State.
We're not talking about Draymond when he was good.
But that's what Dillon Brooks is. He's at that point. Okay, so if we look at Dillon Brooks right now in his stage of his career,
he's trash.
He's okay. Now, if you look at Dillon Brooks is 6 years in. Now look at Draymond 6 years in. Draymond shits on that man, and Draymond is not sorry.
Absolutely. But right now, Draymond to me is better now than Dillon Brooks is.
Yes. This is why Draymond said, stop talking to me. Draymond's like, stop talking to me. Listen, I agree with Draymond.
They both need to shut up. Ain't nobody trying to hear them no more, man.
Well, okay, look. Draymond has got the right to me because I love my defensive players and I love guys that like do the extra stuff in the NBA. So, like, Draymond has the right to me to talk because he's done it and won. You know what I'm saying? He can literally say, Draymond can come out and say, like, because of me, we don't have 5. He can honestly say that.
I'm going to tell you why Draymond shouldn't say shit. I'm going to tell you why Draymond shouldn't say shit. It's because when you hitting little light-skinned niggas like Jordan Poole, you lose all your credit and your right to say shit about somebody else's player. Until I need to see y'all hug. I need to see some reconciliation. I ain't trying to hear nothing about nothing from no Draymond Green.
As a light-skinned nigga, I will say this though, Jordan, why is you getting on Draymond's nerves?
No, that's not the question you should be asking right now.
Yes. Okay, look, I'm just gonna let it be known. If I'm on a team with Draymond, that's the last nigga I'm gonna want fighting me. So I'm gonna make sure no matter what I do, Draymond gonna be cool with it. So if you in there, the last nigga I'm beefing with or making sure has any animosity towards me is the biggest, blackest, toughest nigga in the fucking huddle. I'm not finna have that beef, bro. There's no point in it unless I think I'm about that life, which he found out very clearly. You are not in Draymond, and that's another reason why Draymond be telling Dillon Brooks to shut the fuck up. He's like, man, because I want to whoop your ass, but I can't.
See, you not one of them new age light skins. See. Okay,
you one of the light skins. The beige rage niggas. I'm not with that clan.
Right.
Okay, hold on. So we got a request from our longtime listeners, Shotgun. He said,
"Oh God,
could you please elaborate?" He loved your Draymond Green take. He says,
he hates Draymond.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, look, man, Draymond. I get like. I think we're talking legacy here, and Draymond's legacy. I think it means something for what he was able to do with the Warriors. But here's where you lose. Like we talk about Brett Favre and how he kind of now this is on a much larger scale with Brett Favre, but it kind of has similarities. Okay, like when you do what you just did to Jordan Poole, I don't care who you are, and I don't care what's acceptable in the locker room or not. But when you hit another man like that at practice, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit means something to me. And so when you talk about, I understand trash talk. Like when you look at the old heads like Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, all of them, when they trash talk, they took it out on the court. They were guys that like, if this player didn't do what they were supposed to do, they were going to lose the game. Draymond doesn't have any impact on the game, and neither does Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is trash. Now, they both are decent defensively. I'll give them that. But they offer nothing else. They aren't the major cogs in the wheel, and you can look like that. Draymond's one of the smartest players in the league, but he's
okay. I'm good. I'm good now.
He's way past.
No, you said some truth. You
know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking of Draymond Prime.
But yeah, we got to get at, like I said, we open it with legacy. His legacy is great.
Sean right again. Damn. Sean right again. He said we never hold Draymond accountable. He pushed KD away with his mouth and his suspended. Yeah, you're right. He did it in the finals. He lost his shit.
So that's why, like, Draymond, I don't have no respect for Draymond now, just because how he's acting. Like, I feel like when you, for what Draymond's been through in his life, he grew up rough, went to Michigan State, made man play football too. So you come out of that.
He was trash though. I'm sorry, Draymond. He was bad. They took his ass out. He admittedly was like, that shit was not for me.
But he still
he looked the part though. He looked the part though.
That's impressive to do it at the Division I level.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have more respect for like people who getting it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? So when you act like that, you're not displaying leadership. You're not displaying character. I think that's kind of fucked up. I think you shit on people who trying to really do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think.
Great player.
They did. But I think that one of the reasons why they don't go in on Draymond is because like when he's not the main cog, right? But he's the janitor that comes on at the end of the night and cleans up the building. You know what I'm saying? So like he doesn't make everything go, but he cleans up so much shit. And when you have a guy whose game is predicated on effort, like and want to, you don't want to piss him off. So to answer Shotgun, I think that's one of the reasons why you saw accountability level for him very low, and like they didn't really attack him. And now the media wise, I don't know, but I'm saying like as far as the Golden State is because they want to make sure that this guy feels like I need to die out here for this team and do everything defensively. The dude was out here getting triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? Like on some like you said though, but he's not like a guy that say you better watch Draymond. It was just like he was the perfect teammate cog. Like he was Dennis Rodman 2.0, bro. Like he really was. Like we can't control him. We don't know what the fuck to do with him. But damn it, with him on the court, like Steph don't gotta play defense as hard. He can rest a little bit. Clay can rest a little bit. We put him and Iguodala out here, him and Wiggins out here. They can make it happen. Steph can play off ball just because he can handle the ball well enough not to get it ripped. He can get it to certain people. The league lets the man sets the best screens in the history of the NBA. Let's just be honest. They let him get away with moving screens. He set screens so well that the NBA said, fuck it. Like Draymond, you can move on your screens. And he like, so like I give him credit for that. He is towards the end now, but when I think about him in his prime and Dylan, who is in his prime right now, shut the fuck up, Dylan. Let Draymond cook. But maybe I'm a part of the problem because I'm over here saying let Draymond cook. And he definitely has reasons why we should tell him to. Right. But I fuck with guys like Draymond. Like I really do.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get over to our next our next topic for the evening before we get into our closing out segment with the Sterling Power Rankings. The NBA has kind of went through a couple of changes this season here. certainly a lot of more players are more vocal, a little bit more confrontational. I like it. But Russ also said something that made me, got to thinking. I said, well, let's go ahead and make it a topic. Russ said this is the beginning of the end of the super team era, or we are already in the midst of the end of the super team era. Um, and you know what? I think he's right. You know what? And I like it. If this is what it is, we're gonna get more guys really getting into each other's faces and getting a lot more chippy. Hey, I'm all for that. All right, let's go ahead and get some of this bitch assness out of the NBA. What did
I'm ready to bring the P Diddy shirts back, man.
You said what?
No bitch ass. I said I'm
No
ready
bitch
to bring the
assness.
P Diddy shirts. No bitch assness,
Yeah,
man.
NBA baby, no bitch assness, dog.
I really do believe it's over. And I think that we got so accustomed to seeing the AAU style guys be like, oh, I want to play with this guy, I want to play with that guy, that we're seeing what happens when you know that when you know that you could lose. Let me say that. I don't want to say like that you can't win, because certain guys have a chance, but that you have an opportunity to lose. So it's just beautiful. I mean, if you look at the Western Conference as a whole, like these teams are separated by 2 and 3 games. Nobody can really get away from each other. Like people are like worried about the Lakers, but the Jazz, the Mavericks, and the Timberwolves are ahead of them. I think the Mavs lost to the Warriors tonight. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really, really close. I love it. I love it for the game. I love not having a bunch of super teams. I think guys got to do what they got to do. I actually, you get a chance to see what Dame had to say. I agree a lot with what Dame had to say about this whole ring era bullshit that we live in, to where nothing matters except you getting a ring. But I love it, man. I think the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference is more stable. I think those of us that watched a lot of basketball in the early 2000s got to see when the Eastern Conference was basically just like, who's Jason Kidd them going to lose to?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like when it was like that, you know what I'm saying? I think we're getting to where the parity is like that in the West. I mean, the parity is like that in the West, but it's not, the teams aren't as bad, but the East have, they have stable teams. But I think we're about to see one of the best playoffs that we've seen in the past like 5-6 years, because we don't know who is going to make it. Like if you ask 5 different people, you might get, and you probably should get, 5 different answers of who can make it to the finals. The Sixers can make it. The Celtics can make it. The Bucks can make it. Fuck, the Cavaliers can fucking make it. You go to the Western Conference, the Nuggets, it's the Nuggets year. We believe the Nuggets should take advantage. The Grizzlies, we good in the West. Y'all got his problems out the way. The Kings, surprise. The Suns got KD. The Clippers, they're probably going to fall out of it because of Paul George's injury, which is sad. The Warriors are pretty much waiting, just give us a shot. I mean, it's like the Mavericks are 9. They have Kyrie and Luka. They're working through that shit. So it's the NBA is we're past that super team predictor shit. It's gonna be worth watching.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're seeing teams how you have to rely on depth and bench play, right? You can't just have 3 superstars anymore, because how much cap space these guys are eating up, right? And then you're going to get into the luxury tax and all that kind of stuff. So it really depends on how well can you develop and draft. Like, you want a free agent to come sweeten the deal like a Kyrie Irving, but now it's up to the Mavs to like, okay, you can either get that star, but how long are you going to be able to keep the band together? Or would you rather just get solid contributors, from 6 to you mean the NBA bench is probably what, 9 deep, really?
9, yeah.
Right, 9 deep. So
9 and 10, 10 at the most.
Yeah, what can you do 6 through 9?
I think since you said the Mavs, let's bring it up. I do think the Mavs will be all right. I do love the news that the Lakers aren't going to be going after Kyrie. I do love it. I think that Kyrie's enjoying his time here, but I think it's very, very, very weird to me that basically you get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith and the team forgets how to play defense. So that lets me know that he was really a leader on like conducting the defense and telling everybody where to be. But I think that's one thing that they can fix in offseason if they do keep Kyrie, which I think if the Lakers aren't in play, I think Mavericks are where he's going to end up. Right. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
All right. Well, Go says that He said that on All the Smoke, the best screensaver in NBA history. He said, and Chris Sherrod says that's why guys like Dylan Brooks and Green help out. They're solid contributors.
You need solid. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that for sure this year. You need solid contributors. You need guys that are gonna be able to like do the dirty work, but also what's the phrase? I'll just sum it up with this phrase: your role does not limit your game. You know what I'm saying, or ability, if you will. So your role on the team may be to play defense and things like that. But these guys like Dylan Brooks, these guys like Draymond Green, they're able, Tobias Harris's, they're able to say, if you need me to score like 15 to 20 points, if you need me to do some extra shit to get it done, like I have the ability to do so. So those guys are going to be very important. I love it though, because this whole time frame that we lived in, which is a lot of our time frame of we have two cold people, everybody else ain't really that good, and nobody's really that good in the league. It's like, nah, like get you some bench players. Get you some guys that can help. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see what happens in the East with Boston and the Bucks. It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath.
All right,
dog, that's just gonna be fucking murder's row. Like the whole Western Conference, like from playing to whoever we decide who's gonna get to play the East is gonna be crazy. But I please, Boston and Bucks, do not fucking rob us of this. Do not rob us of this. Please, 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 because we need 7 games of grit. Like, that shit is going to be gritty.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and let's get into the Sterling Power Rankings before we close out the show. So what we got for us, Sterling?
Man, all right. So let's hop into these Power Rankings, man. Look, dude, I love the fact that we kind of hit on like there's so much parity in the league and the super team kind of idea is finally it's kind of over. Fuck LeBron James for that. To be honest, man, because
argument for another show.
Yeah, but all right, but we're here for the power ranking, so I guess I should just probably jump into this thing. But let's see, let me pull up my little list here. But I think this is going to be good because I mixed it up this week. So, not the usual suspects in here. You're going to see some different guys. So, at number 10, I got the Warriors coming in at number 10. Look, man, a team with that championship pedigree, and I feel like, teams are starting to play their best ball. Even though they suck on the road, I feel like all the thing they got to do is get into the playoffs, and I think they're going to be fine. Now, I don't think this team's going to win the title, but I think when you have a guy like Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole and the depth that they have, man, it's really hard to put them any further down the list here. So I got the Warriors at 10. Number 9, when are we going to see Kevin Durant and the Suns, man? It's unfortunate that he hurt his ankle. And that was some like lanky nigga shit when he went down, wasn't it? Like you just
fuck you, Sterling. Fuck you, nigga.
Hey,
fuck you.
But it's true though.
Skinny nigga hooping, skinny nigga get hurt.
Hey, I would, and not that I'm like the injury police, but I would have been okay if like the nigga got hurt in the game. But nigga, you got hurt in warm-ups. And why you trying to dunk in warm-ups? Like, Nick, calm down, nigga. You in your 30s, bro. Just shoot that shit. You don't need to be jumping like no young nigga. So anyway, he's hurt, right? So, I know the Suns beat the Magic, and the Magic is a good team, but I feel like if Devin Booker's your number 1, I just don't have that much hope for the Suns, and I feel like if the Mavs play them in the playoffs, the Mavs will beat them again. To be honest, at number 8, I got the Clippers. The Clippers beat the Warriors. They beat the Blazers. They're 3 games above 500, and the West is a gauntlet, right? Kawhi Leonard and these low management motherfuckers are hooping. Bones is finding his groove, man. So I got to put the Suns at number 8.
You called them the load management motherfuckers, bro.
They are, though.
They are. God. The Clippers are like, and Sterling, you'll get this, and I'll let you finish. But the Clippers are like when you used to call your homeboy back in the day, like, you want to hoop? Who there?
Yeah, nigga be like, nah, nigga, I played on Monday, bro. I'm still, I still ain't right. Like, nigga, no, we need you. We got a league game on Thursday, bro. Like, I need you to play.
No, I can't do it. I gotta work.
Yeah. My old lady, you know, she wants your ass to go. She wants you out of the house. But so that's the Clippers right now. It's too much low management, but they're good when they're all together. Yeah. They are extremely good. Zubac, that dude, I'm telling you, for a big, he's. Can we talk about him being like not the most improved player of the year, but man, he's got to be at least in the top 3 discussions. He's just having
solid pieces.
It's
the solid pieces shit, bro. Like the solid pieces in the NBA are starting to stand out.
Yeah. At number 7, I got my Nuggets, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Nuggets, but they are like dropping games to these scrubs, dude. And it's like it's worrying me, dude. So. You know, you did lose to the Raptors and the Knicks, which you should have beat the Raptors, right? You should have beat the Raptors. But Jokic is averaging 26-11. And I've said all season long that the Nuggets season hinges on Michael Porter Jr., and he's just not consistent. So
thank you.
I had to drop him. I had to drop him this far because he's not consistent. So we just don't know.
But when he's on,
the Nuggets are one of the best teams in the league when he's on.
Michael Porter Jr. better than a lot of these niggas when he on, but his back be fucking up when he be on.
All the time, bro. Me and my son, we be laughing. Like, if we go to the Nuggets game, we're going to be like, we were like, that. He like, Dad, like, when is Michael Porter going to get hurt? I'm like, shit. I mean, seriously.
Sterling's training another one. He said, when is Michael
I know.
I hope he doesn't get hurt, but he said, Dad, I'm just going to take the token from you. When is Nick going to get hurt?
Yeah, that's my son, man. I'm training him up right, dog. At number 6, man,
my daughters have no faith in the Cowboys, so, you know.
Hey, I got the Cavs here. You know, the Cavs are kind of sat around here all season long. You know, they beat the Hornets, but everybody beats the Hornets. You know, I feel like did y'all see Karis LeVert, man, is a Michigan guy. You know, he was averaging 20 points last week, 20 and a half points, I believe he was averaging. So the Cavs, he's like one of those like really good role players that we're talking about in the show. Like they need him. They need him to be the catalyst because their front court is really good. Their back court is really good. But having Karis LeVert, not only is he good in the mid-range and can shoot the 3, but he's really underrated when it comes to defending the wing. So Karis LeVert is a big reason why I have the Cavs sitting here at number 6. And number 5, I got the Celtics. Look, man, the Celtics, they're the best team in the league, but, you know, you lose to the Rockets, bro. Like,
man, everybody got a Monday night. Everybody got a Tuesday night, Sterling. We'll continue.
Okay. All right, you know what? They did beat the Blazers. They beat the Timberwolves, but you lost to the Rockets. And then you got this stuff coming out about Jaylen Brown, like, you know, about the whole KD thing, and fans don't really want him there. I don't understand the hate for Jaylen Brown. So, you know, I think that does really impact the team when, like, the synergy or the energy of a team isn't right, especially going into the playoffs. And on the simple fact that they did go to the NBA Finals last year, maybe the Celtics can get upset. You know, I'm just not extremely as high on them as I've been all season. I think there's some kinks in the armor. I think, you know, 3-point shooting is sometimes an issue. Wing defense. I think Jason Tatum defensively, he needs help there. And I know he's one of the best players in the league, but I just feel like he doesn't give that much effort on defense. And then I got the Knicks. The Knicks right now, to me, are better than the Boston Celtics. When in the fuck have we ever said that the Knicks were better than the Celtics? It's been a long ass time. So Jalen Brunson, I even hate, you know, like Harry Potter.
But it hurts so bad to watch the Knicks do so good. And we sit like nigga.
Take a lesson from Hogwarts. Voldemort was a name we do not speak of. It's Jalen Brunson for me. I don't want to say this nigga's name, dog.
He who shan't be named. He who shan't be named.
I be getting so mad at Jalen Brunson, bro. Like, it's like you got a Rihanna forehead and you hooping. Like, nigga, I'm just mad.
With the dreads. Oh,
like, you either need to have a Rihanna forehead and like a crew cut or something. Like, so we could see it in its full glory. Because this shit's rough. But anyway.
And he turned up when his nigga Hart came to the team. I'm like, yo, they get all Villanova niggas. They need to find out they can give it just
talk about depth players. Josh Hart, was he not the best grade of the fucking, like, he's been amazing.
But and you'll probably agree with this, Sterling, though. But that's the thing I be saying about basketball, bro. Get you some niggas that do their job.
Yeah.
Like, get you some niggas that do their job. Josh Hart does his job.
Hey, and you know what? I would say we got to put some respect on RJ Barrett's game. Like, I know
Facts.
we had high expectations for him being the next big thing, but man, RJ Barrett, man, his package is just ugly. But the shit,
he a good,
bro. He's a good player, man.
He a hooper, bro. Aki. That's what we used to call it back in the day. His game, Aki than a bitch. He left-handed. His shit, Aki is short for awkward, for those that don't know. But his game is Aki than a bitch. Like, he left-handed. He always go left, but he gets that shit. If it go in, fuck what they saying, cuz.
He's hooping. He's efficient. And then at number 3, I got the Kings. The fucking Kings, man. De'Aaron Fox, is he like the next coming of Reggie Miller? Like, he just clutch. Like, in terms of...
Bro, he from Texas.
Man, like the Kings, dog. Like, when we're saying the Kings are a top 3 team in the league right now.
But again, we're entering an age which we believe. Well, I'll say we believe because you never know. Like, four-fold niggas. We're entering an age where team matters, and like when they put Sabonis on that team and let Fox say like Fox, you can go be free now. Now you have 94 feet to be free. And now we see him free, and you see it like it's ridiculous. The Kings are for real. The Kings are for real.
Yeah, they are. And then at number 2, man, I got the Bucks. Now I'll have to say maybe I was wrong about Chris Middleton. Like he's coming into form. He averaged, I think, 23 points a game last week. You know, he's knocking his shots down from deep. However, this is the shit. Like when you lose to the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton, and they put up 140 points on you, dog. Like, listen, I've been talking about their defense, their team defense, and the players that they got on that squad. It is unacceptable for you to allow the fucking Pacers to drop 140 burger on your ass.
Unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, dog. The Pacers are trash.
But the Boston Celtics lost to the Rockets. So like the NBA is crazy. It's like these niggas watch like, oh, we could take a game off. But yeah, no, it's crazy. But you're right.
At number 1, though, I got the 76ers. Now, this is the only championship they're going to win. So they're gonna get the Sports Sushi Team of the Week, okay? Because we know in the playoffs they ain't gonna win shit. They ain't gonna win shit. So we gotta get
ain't no awards for that. And the words of the great Aubrey, nigga, they ain't no awards for that.
Trophy. Yeah. They try. I mean, listen, they trash in the playoffs, so we're gonna give them all the accolades now because we know when it comes to the playoffs, we're gonna be sorely disappointed. Joel Embiid continues his rock solid MVP campaign. I don't know if he gets it, maybe he does, but their offense is just humming on all cylinders right now. Again, I love it right now. It scares me to death when it comes to the playoffs. So they're right now.
Them niggas ain't gonna play no defense.
They don't, man. They don't. They fucking don't. So
that nigga James Harden's an infection. Defense, what's that? Nigga, we don't need that.
Yeah, James Harden just lazy. That nigga lazy, bro.
I knew it. You know, let me and Sterling get started on James Harden. Y'all think we're the biggest haters ever, but it's crazy though. The Philadelphia, they have the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the NBA, and they can't stop a nosebleed. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey though. He do his thing.
Yeah, he cold. Tyrese Maxey's cold. So that's the top 10 man NBA power rankings are here on Sports Sushi.
All right, man. Well, all right. So that was the top 10. So we're gonna wrap it up. So if you are listening on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, or IG or YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe. If you don't, follow. Do what you got to do. This episode will be uploaded on Spotify and all podcast directories. It's Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, or wherever the hell you get your other shit from. Daily Motion, Odyssey, and Rumble as well. If you want to follow our social media, you can do so at Sports Sushi, all one word, on Twitter, sports_sushi, at Instagram. I think it's Sports Sushi on TikTok, Russ?
Yes.
Okay, so Sports Sushi on TikTok as well, the same as the Twitter. If you want to follow us individually, you can find me at DJ Slow Biggie. All the information should be down there. Chris should have it down there, so I shouldn't have to say the shit. But
damn, man, say the shit.
If it isn't, it will be at DJ Slow Boogie. That's what I need. Not a while on all forms of social media. Where they can find you at, Russ?
Oh, you already know. You can find me on Twitter. It's RLClimbSP with the @ symbol in front of all that shit. You can also find me at sportsplug.russ on IG. And of course, at all times, you can look up Sports Plug Clothing CO. That's on all social media platforms. I'll get you a motherfucking shirt. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Work out. Be the best you.
All right, so where can you get Sterling?
Yeah, man, you can find me at Furrow Sterling on Twitter and on Insta. But, if you really want my content, you got to come check me out on TikTok, stilo.huncho, and buffalorumblings.com.
All right, can they find you? What about the Bleacher Report, the BR mock draft? Where can they find?
So I got that posted on buffalorumblings.com, and then this will be one of 3 mock drafts I'll do. The next one I'll do, we'll have trades and so forth. So I'll post those in a couple weeks.
All right. So that was our episode of Sports Sushi. It is our 1-year anniversary. So again, happy birthday to us. If you want to give a birthday gift, hey man, get us up to 1,000 followers. You got to like and subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Tune in next week. Peace.
Deuces.